All right, guys. We're live. All right. So, what's up, everybody? Hope that you guys are doing great today. I took a lot of time to set all this up and get everything ready to try and make the stream go as smoothly as possible, considering I am in a very limited space and everything, but really wanted to deliver to you guys what I had kind of originally intended yesterday, which was to put this Driftwood Purple Nightmare through its paces and just kind of try to give you guys the absolute best that I can. So that's what we're going to do today. I have made a whole bunch of cabs kind of immediately available to me. So I am going to swap them out. I'm going to basically let you guys tell me what you want. I'm going to give you some options. We're starting with my Mesa oversized rectifier cab. Believe it or not, this cab is tighter and brighter than the one that I use for my standard demos and reviews. And I just recently put it back together. I had DV77s on one side of it, so it's finally back to stock. It's got its old, super well broken in speakers. It's one of my favorite cabs. We're gonna start on this guy, and I have an MXR 10-band EQ in the loop, so we've got that. I messed with the preamp tubes a little bit. Didn't really notice much of a difference, but again, it's something that I wanted to try before I came online. I also threw a couple different pedals on the boost board. Over here, I have the Lichtlerm Spyglass, which is a parametric EQ. This is going into the front of the amp, so not only can we shape the EQ in the loop and on the amp, but we also have a parametric EQ for the front of the amp going in. And I also threw a different boost on. I threw this Lichtlerm. This is the, I don't know, I can't pronounce German. Ace Hater. Somebody correct me. I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyways, this is a very highly shapeable boost with an EQ section as well. So we've got some different stuff to play with. I've got G12H30 speakers on tap in my Diesel cab. I've got DV77s in my Omega. I've got the Redbacks and the H75s in my KSR cab. I've even got a Vader 212 that has Eminence Legends in it. So we're going to try a little bit of everything today, guys. So with that being said, how is everybody doing today? I am certainly doing much better today than I was yesterday. I got essentially no sleep again because, you know, my Husky is just extremely old and he's having issues. I feel like the gain on this mic needs to come up a little bit. What do you guys think? How about now? Are we good? I think that's going to be a little bit better. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to do this is basically as right as I can. Let's get this mic a little closer too. And yeah, how are you guys doing today? Did anybody check the Jeff Loomis pedal demo that I just posted? Because that thing is freaking awesome. I don't have it on the board. It's sitting in front of me. I don't have Velcro on it. And I don't have space for it on this board at the moment, but that pedal was excellent. Once you guys get done viewing the stream, it would be awesome if you would go and check that video out because I had a lot of fun and I really think that that pedal is an incredible value. So yeah, a lot of you guys are giving me forgiveness for being late, so I appreciate it. Yeah, honestly, I knew I was going to be a couple minutes late. It took longer to set up than I anticipated, which is typically what happens. But I just wanted to make sure everything was right before we went live. So, yeah, should work better with the Mesa cab. We'll see. We'll see, man. If you guys could, hit the like button for me. We'll get this out in front of more people. I probably should have posted this on Facebook that I was doing this again. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. So guys, be patient for a second. I'm going to post this around. If you want to share the link, I would be very, very gracious, or that would be awesome. I don't know. Words, you know, some words, thanks and stuff like that. So give me about 1 minute. I'm going to share this around on my socials. And if you guys could do the same, that would be awesome. And then we're going to get started. We're going to dig into these tones. So talk amongst yourselves. If it can still pick, yeah, it's still picking me up over here. I have my Balaguer Typhon running again. And it had broken a string before the stream yesterday, so immediately plugging in that I noticed that I liked that guitar quite a bit through the amp, a little bit more so than even the full shred that I was doing yesterday, or that I was using yesterday. So I think that this might be a better pair. And I'm excited to, yeah, just mess around with some different stuff. I've got an EMG loaded guitar off to the side. I feel like this amp is probably going to play well with EMGs. So I think that that is going to be a nice addition to what we've got going on here. And I also have a couple other guitars ready. I've got my Dunable RD off to the side. I think that that one could be good because that one's a little darker, a little smoother too. So I'm excited to dig into this amp, and I have all the way until like 3:45 today. So we've got some time. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna do everything that we set out to do yesterday. So yeah, let me share this real quick, and then we will get going. Nope, that's not the right one. Probably didn't download it yet. I'm still over here, by the way. Hi. I can't see what you guys are saying, but again, thank you guys for your patience. I'm excited to get into this today. I really hope that we can make this amp sound good. I actually was on the verge of sending Driftwood a message yesterday, and I didn't. I really wanted to try and get the tone on my own, and then I'm going to direct them to this live stream today and essentially see, you know, what they think, if the amp sounds right. I had a lot of you guys saying the amp didn't quite sound right yesterday, those who had experienced it, but then again, I had a lot of people saying that it sounded exactly like they remembered. So I'm going to post this link in a few places. Those who did see the Jeff Loomis video, what did you guys think of that pedal? Or if you've seen any of the other demos? Because I am genuinely impressed. I really dug it. The overdrive section is really cool. Built-in boost. I am not, you guys know I'm not an effects guy. That's part of my whole belligerent amateur thing. But dude, that pedal makes me want to set up a rig specifically for messing around with delay and stuff. I think that will be a lot of fun, and I'm probably going to throw something together here pretty quick because I've been wanting to do something, and it's going to kind of push me into working on my lead stuff a little bit more. But yeah, curious to see what you guys think or what you guys thought. And I'll probably edit this whole thing out of the video once it goes live later so people don't have to sit through this portion. And I appreciate your guys' patience. Thanks for hanging in there with me. You guys are awesome. You guys had a lot of nice things to say yesterday, and even before I got on the stream today, you had a lot of nice stuff to say. So just know that genuinely made my night. Just reading some of the positive comments and stuff, it really does help. The negative stuff, it's easy for me to ignore, but when you guys say the positive stuff, it does have an impact, a good impact on me. So all right, so I'm posting the last link here. All right, let's do this thing, huh? You guys ready? I'm going to go back and read a couple of your comments real quick. Yep, the Jeff Loomis was a really nice pedal. People are thinking that this is going to work better with the Mesa cab. I'm hoping so. I hope it does. I really do. So, all right, we should be good. I haven't tested the gain on the guitar amp mic yet, but we will here shortly. So yeah, Jeff Loomis pedals exactly what you want. Surprised they didn't have a boost feature for the reverb delay side to get a pure volume boost for solos. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think the way it's designed is excellent. Okay, so all right, we got Braxel in here, Johnny Romero, Caleb Neff, AC Slater, Flux. We got a whole bunch of people in here. Again, guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. Let's get started, shall we? I'm gonna turn this amp on and hope for the best. I don't know. We're gonna give it a try. Let's go. All right, so to start, it sounds better. I literally have the bass pretty much rolled off on the preamp. It's, if you can see it in the actual amp EQ, it's almost off. And even if I turn the rumble all the way down, there's still low end in this amp that I can't get rid of. It's crazy. Like on the preamp side, I think is where my issue is. I just think that it needs to have less low end overall. It's my personal opinion, but it just seems to have too much low end. It's crazy. Even when I put the SD1 on, the SD1 shaves a lot of lows and low mids off, and it still just has so much low end. So, yeah, it sounds better to me. Still not in love with it, but what I would like to do is kind of mess around with this 10-band EQ in the loop first and see if we can't kind of get rid of some of those low mid frequencies, lows that just make this thing sound tubby. Like I want to just start trying that because it just seems to be a little bit over the top for me. So we're going to do that. A lot of people say that they think that it sounds a lot better than yesterday, so that's good. I do also think that it sounds better. The bass is not quite as insanely woofy. Is it a bit like an Uberschall? The Uberschall is way smoother. Uberschall is way smoother, and I could tighten the Uberschall up to a point where I liked it. This one, I can't. I'm having a hard time with it. So, yeah, I'm going to turn the mic off. We're going to start playing with the 10-band EQ. So it's like I'm getting it closer, but yeah, there's just certain frequencies. When you guys said that the high end was really rolled off in the room, it's still bright. It's definitely still bright. When I turned the EQ back off, you could tell how much of the frequencies that I was playing with. So, it helps. It definitely helps. It gets it closer. There was a moment there where I was actually enjoying it quite a bit. And I have some weird ground hum going on now. I don't know. We'll deal with it. But yeah, it helps. But again, man, it's just I can't get the frequencies right. I can't get it right. This amp inherently does not have upper mid clarity. It's just not there. And that's, I think, one of my biggest gripes with it. Because as soon as I, why does this keep seeming like it's so much quieter? What the hell's going on here? Hello, can you guys hear me? How about now? All right, yeah, that's why. So my mic stand's falling apart on me. So yeah, as soon as I would take the low end, or as soon as I took the low end out, I immediately liked it better. That immediately fixed the low end issue that I was having with it, because it controlled the low end enough to where I could actually add some on the front end of the amp, and it sounded, it just sounded more controlled, less boomy. But I kind of started messing with the higher frequencies, and it was like, I just need some more in between to mess with it, because I liked boosting 2K a little bit. I liked pulling 4K out a little bit, but 4K out took a little bit of the clarity away, like you guys said, but it also made it less harsh in the room. So then I, in turn, boosted 8K to get a little bit more top-end sizzle, but I think I need a frequency higher than that, and I think I need something in between 2 and 4K to really fine tune that upper mid. So somebody mentioned if you have to mess around with an amp this much to get it to sound good, then it's not for you. Could not agree with that sentiment more, man. There are amps that I can literally plug straight into and be completely happy with. So yeah, if you guys get an amp and you have to just fight it like I'm fighting it right now, not the amp for you, man. Move it along, get something else. The reason I'm doing this is just for you guys. This is for your benefit, testing out the amp, trying to get it to sound its best. The gain structure still has a little bit of a dry and a crunchy feel to it. It's not super saturated. I've got a hotter pickup. I've got my Duncan distortion in this guitar, and we're boosting with an SD1. The SD1 does not have a lot of output, so I think we're going to try a different boost in front. I'm going to keep the low frequencies on the 10-band EQ where they were, and I'm going to mess around with the higher frequencies again and see if we can kind of get those balanced out. But before I do that, let's see what you guys are saying. Travis, from the website, with the gain switch on high, you will be blown away. This channel will burn the house down with fat rhythms, screaming leads, and razor sharp staccatos. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much every it's pretty much every amp's description. Yeah, it could be something's wrong with the amp. I don't think so. I just don't think that it's for me at this point. Need to bring in the Metzabarba 412. I don't have that one handy, Joe, but I don't think that one is necessarily going to complement this amp. I don't know. But I do have my KSR with the redbacks in it. So we do have redbacks handy. Super expensive amp, cannot understand all the issues. It's not that it's issues. I don't think that it has any issues. I just don't like it. That's one thing that I have repeated on this channel over and over again, guys. Paying a certain amount for an amp, if you pay over $2,000 for an amp, does not guarantee you're going to like it. Paying, I feel like people equate price with satisfaction of an amp, and that's just not what it is. Price usually comes down to the build quality of it and where it's built for the most part. So this is built in Germany. It's going to make it more expensive, and especially with import taxes and stuff like that, it's built with higher quality components. But just because an amp is built with high quality components does not mean that it's inherently going to sound good. Perfect example, the Bugera 6260, 6262, basically all the Bugera amps that are almost copies of the PV amps or the Tri-Rec, those amps all sound good, but they're probably made with the absolute bottom of the barrel components. So, of course, they're copying circuits of well-known amps and tweaking them just a little bit, but even PV 5150s, 6505s, those are not made with top quality components by any means. Those were meant to be a budget amp. They're built with budget components. One of the best metal amps of all time. So what does that tell you? It's one argument that I just wish would go away, but it's never going to, because people equate that with anything. If it costs more, it should be better. And in the amp world, if it costs more, it should sound better. That is not the case. It comes down to personal taste and what you are looking to get out of the amp. And I just don't think that this amp is built for somebody like me. But, could be wrong. If the amp is commanding a high price, it needs to have it's not that it doesn't have a great sound either. I mean, there are people that love this amp, that love it, that swear by it. Christian Cola. He is somebody I immensely respect for just his production skills, his, tone shaping abilities and everything. And he got the amp to sound good. Ola got the amp to sound great. And, I listen to these guys' demos and it just, I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong to make it not sound good. Because there are people out there that I respect. Lasse Lammert, respect the hell out of him. And he likes this amp so much that out of all the amps he's ever owned, he made this one of his 3 amps in his signature plugin. And yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's probably my least favorite amp in that plugin. And I do hear some of the low mid qualities and stuff in the plugin within this amp. But even the plugin just sounds maybe a little bit more saturated, but yeah. Struggle with your JP2C every time, forever tweaking it, then playing it. I feel like that's anybody with a Mark amp. Yeah, you sneeze near that thing and you have to readjust all your settings. Caleb says, an expensive piece of gear generally just means it has better components, more careful design. It doesn't mean those components are dialed in well or that the design has broad appeal. Exactly. Summed up perfectly, sir. And then Braxel says, I'm just happy you're here giving us your honest opinion. Yeah, that's exactly why I'm here, and I'm always going to give you my honest opinion straight up. You guys know that. Ed Longsworth, what's up, dude? How's it going, man? Haven't talked to you in a minute. Send me a wizard. I know you got some kicking around. Flux says, I agree with you, Kyle. I bought an Engl Savage 120 Mark II. Turned out it wasn't the amp for you. It's just part of the process. Moved on to a Dietzel VH4 and pure heaven. I get it. I'm the exact opposite of you, where I don't like the VH4 and I love the Savage 120 Mark II, but that just goes to show different strokes for different folks, different tones for different people, different tastes, different applications. So, Caleb, I don't think a lot of it has to be. I mean, it's really not that expensive to get these pieces of wood. It definitely costs more, but otherwise, other than that, it's a very plain front faceplate, regular Tolex. I mean, there's nothing crazy about anything other than the faceplate. So, have I tried Hermanson amps? No, I would love to though, because all the videos, everybody who plays them raves about them. So, Travis, yes, the Electric Eye Mud Killer has a channel switch jack on it. John Brown, big homie. John Brown, if you guys, not the John Brown, that's why his name is the other John Brown. Literally the reason that I started my YouTube channel. I will shout him out any chance that I get for that. But he says, sometimes it just takes time and suddenly things click. It was the D-Mall for you. Struggled with it for a long time and then suddenly loved it. You used to dislike rectifiers. Yeah, I used to dislike rectifiers. Exactly. And now I love them. If on my Jeff Loomis video today, I played my triple rectifier and I had it up for sale for a minute. And as soon as I played it, I took that off the list of things that I'm going to sell. So I really like rectifiers. So, all right. So let's mess with this a little bit more. And then we're going to move on to cab number 2. How's that sound, guys? It'll be, I mean, again, it's subjective, but I do think that the Electric Eye Mud Killer does go really, really well with the dual rectifier. If you buy the Electric Eye Mud Killer, let Silas know that I sent you. I don't get a kickback, but I just like to, I like to let people know that my videos do have an impact if they do. So we're going to turn this mic off. We're going to play a little bit. All right, do you guys want to hear the DV77? Is that what you guys want? DV77 cab, we can definitely do that. So, everything is so touchy, and it all has to do with the frequencies between 4K and 16K. All those high frequencies are just, they're a little rough. I think that the DV77 is going to help this amp a lot. So, if that's what you guys want to hear, that's what I want to do. Because I think that amp is, or that cab is going to pair with this amp much better. So, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Screw it. I'm just going to go grab it. Give me a second, throw up any questions that you guys have, and I will come back and answer them while I get this new cab set up. All right. Omega cab in the mix. I'll give you some wood to drift. I really think that this speaker is going to make a big difference. I really hope that it does. I really hope it does. All right, so yeah, we got the DV77s hooked up. This one has the 6L6 KT88 integrated quad. So that's what's in there. You guys are really light on the likes today. Come on, bro. Come on. Give me some likes. We're gonna see how these DV77s sound. I don't even want to wait around. You guys aren't asking questions. We're going. All right, so I like that quite a bit better. I think that sounds quite a bit better, for lack of a better words. In the room, it's still bright. It's still bright. This speaker has definitely kind of subdued some of those ugly frequencies more, and I honestly like it better without the EQ on in the loop. I think it does a better job of just smoothing the amp out overall. That ground loop hum is driving me nuts. But yeah, I think it sounds much better with the DV77 and with this cab. I wish I could get it tighter. I probably can, honestly, if I mess with overdrives a little bit. We're going to do that. I am going to kick the bump back off of the M77. We're going to try that, and then I'm going to try kicking in the Mud Killer as well. So I like that quite a bit. Andre, dude, thank you. That's 2 days in a row, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate you. I'm good. I'm much better today. So thank you guys. Thanks for hanging out. And can I try the EMG guitar equipped with that cab? Yeah, I will get to that in just a second. I want to mess with the overdrives real quick. I want to try this EQ in the front and see what that can do to shape the tone. So let's go back. I'm going to, yeah, EQ is off. Let's try this again. All right, I gotta spend a little bit more time with those lich layer and pedals before I use them. It was, they are very, very sensitive. So I'm gonna grab my EMG loaded guitar in the background, and we're gonna see if that kind of smooths some things out here. Overall, when I had the Boss MD or MXR 77, Boss MXR, when I had the MXR M77 Overdrive on, this last round when I turned it on, I think I thought it sounded pretty good. So, yeah. Anyways, EMG guitar, is that the Crepe Blue Poo Poo? I would probably take the Blue Voodoo over this at the moment. All right, so I just got this guitar, guys. Haven't spent a whole lot of time with it, so keep that in mind. It is just an LTD EC400 Silver Fade EMG 81 in the bridge. I haven't been able to set it up. I haven't even changed the strings on it. I just got it the other day. But overall, it sounds pretty good. So we're going to go EMG into the front of this thing. No EQ in the loop. I'm going to turn the MXR M77 back on, and we're going to see how that sounds. Are you guys having fun? Because I'm having a good time. We're getting some weird sounds. We're getting some good sounds, some bad sounds. So if you're having a good time, do me a favor. Hit that like button. I appreciate you guys. Tell your friends, because we have like 50 less people than we did yesterday. All right, so overall, yeah, EMG's definitely sounding pretty good on here. And yes, by the way, this guitar is sick. It was one of those like 1 year runs that LTD did that I forgot existed, and it popped up on Guitar Center the other day for 349 bucks. So now it's mine. But yeah, overall, better. There's some upper 4K and above frequencies that just drive me nuts on this amp. They're better on this cabinet, 100%. But overall, bleh. Those frequencies, if I could get rid of those frequencies, I would like it. Honestly, it's those top-end frequencies that are driving me nuts that I really feel like I need to fix. Let's kick on the EQ, see if we can balance them out a little bit. We'll give it a try. All right, so that Buxom Boost is really noisy lately for some reason. I don't know if something's wrong with it, but the EMGs on this guitar are also noisy. They're feeding back quite a bit, so it does sound better. I definitely agree with that. I think it sounds better. I am going to what's the difference between a lowercase v and an uppercase V? That is funny. Dave Thrash, I bet all those pedals and pit and patch cables between your guitar and amp don't have anything to do with those harsh frequencies. No, not really. If I plug straight in, it's not going to get less harsh if all the pedals are off. Yeah. But anyways, I am going to, let me see, I'm going to grab that Schecter yesterday that was sounding pretty good for a while. Let's see if that's still sounding good. And then, guys, talk about what cab you want next. You want, I even have a greenback cab. I've got the KSR cab, which now that I'm thinking of it, I don't want to plug that in because it's, the way you have to wire it is stupid. Yeah, I don't know what KSR did there. I'm not super happy about that one at the moment, but I'm going to leave that there. All right. So we have the Schecter SLS Elite here with the, or it's not an Elite, it's an SLS Blackjack. It has the Duncan full shred in it, and this guitar just sounds really nice and balanced. What's up, Jason? I'm surprised you're coming in here to watch a paid shill on on Facebook or on YouTube. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just a paid shill. I actually think I might have a preamp tube going bad. I swapped some of them around before doing this, and I'm slowly getting more and more feedback, so one of my preamp tubes might be going microphonic. Sorry. Yeah, I agree. It does sound boxy, and it's because I can't get that high end sorted out, and it's driving me absolutely nuts. I can't get the high end sorted out. Yeah. It does. It sucks. It's really annoying. I'm gonna try one more cab. Let's try something else. I don't know what to try. We could try the Vader 212. What else do I have sitting out here? I've got a Mesa 212 with classic lead 80s. Those are a little bit smoother speakers. Yeah. Whoever said ain't nobody playing greenbacks, what the hell are you talking about, bro? Come on. That's a hot take right there. Tons of people play greenbacks, even for metal. Yeah. K100, K100s don't mic up very well in my opinion. EV12Ls don't mic up very well either. No, because I changed all the preamp tubes out. None of them are in there. Jason, I have an EQ pedal in the loop. If you watch, later, if you watch the earlier part of the videos, we were getting some usable stuff out of it. I think I have pretty much deduced that all of the harsh frequencies that I'm not liking are between like the 3 and the 8K range, and the mid and the treble controls are just trying to get either of those up a little bit. Just seems to enhance those frequencies no matter what you do. So something silly like an Emperor. Yeah, I know. Trust me, dude. Dialing in a tone should not be this difficult by any means. Somebody says throw a different amp up. I just got an Engl Blackout Inferno like just an hour ago. I'm kind of itching to try it. Do you guys want to see how maybe that thing stacks up with this? I think that would be interesting. Good to know, Jason. That's good to know. Yeah, I haven't been able to get the 57 to work with either of those speakers to my liking. So, yeah, yeah, let me know. I can throw something completely different other than the Engl up too. I can throw my triple rectifier that I was playing yesterday. I could throw that up. But yeah, everybody's saying Engl. Let's grab the Engl. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta bring it downstairs, guys. Let's see how it sounds through these DV77s real quick. All right, guys. let's hope that this amp is a little bit more fun. Yeah, it is a nightmare to dial in, man. I'm not a fan. I gotta be honest. I'm gonna hit up Driftwood, and so we've got gain boost, channel 1, channel 2. Got a tone switch. I don't know much, if anything, about this amp other than it's kind of based off the Engl, the artist, I believe. Just the single channel artist that's supposed to be kind of martially, so I'm hoping that it sounds kind of martially because I like it when things are kind of martially. Somebody has the mids down to 0, so that's funny. Yeah. All right, let's hear this Inferno. Yep, that's immediately way better. Immediately much, much better. All right, so with that said, we can actually have some fun with a couple of tones before I have to get out of here today. That sounds way, way better. No, actually, Braxel, every single pedal is on. I have 16 overdrives on. What do you think? Pretty good, right? Yeah, no, I just have the MXR on. No other overdrive. This amp feels like it's tight enough that it could get away without an overdrive. So we're going to shut it off. We're going to try that. I don't know why, but the Buxom Boost has been giving me some weird feedback lately. But anyways, way better. Way better. Sorry, Driftwood. Subjectively and in the chat, people are saying the Engl sounds much better. I have to agree with them. Man. Yeah, I wanted to like the Driftwood, but it's not going to stick around. I'm going to do my video on it. I am going to reach out to Driftwood to ask them what the deal is, I guess. It just doesn't, it seems like something's not right there. Totally. I don't know. These amps, I believe, are something like $2,500 brand new. If you want to buy one, I'm not selling this one. This one's mine. I do have the regular red version here for sale. So that one's going to be $2,100 and it's in really good shape. It's the same exact amp. It just has a red faceplate. This is a limited blackout edition. I got this from my homie who gave me a super good deal and it's mine now. It's part of my Engl collection, which is growing rapidly. I'm really liking a lot of the Engl amps that I've been playing lately. So, let's get a different cab. I want to get a different cab and let's try. What do you guys, personally, I feel like V30s would be good with this. Big shocker, right? But I feel like a V30 would complement this nicely. I've got some other stuff sitting out there. Yeah. Whoa, real quick. Let me grab a different cab. I want to grab something with V30s, I think. Here we go. We got two different speakers. We're going to start on the V30 on this one. And let's get a different drive. Let's get that Jeff Loomis drive. Here it is. Let's get that and the Mesa Grid Slammer. Let's try those. All right, so this cab typically has a lot of low end and is pretty balanced. The VHT 412, I personally hate the P50E speaker. It is the buzziest, worst sounding speaker. I'm not a fan, and I don't think that it pairs well with the VHT well at all either. I don't get it, but we're going to take a look at it anyways. So, yeah. I would love to do a gear rental service, Jason. Live music doesn't exist in Erie, Pennsylvania these days. So, unfortunately, just not going to happen. But, yeah, let's check this out. I have the SM57 on the Diesel UK V30. This cab is generally pretty dark and smooth sounding. So, let's see if it evens out some of that top end a little bit. All right, we are sounding great now. This amp sounds awesome through this cab. Let me see what time my girlfriend's gonna be home. Probably a couple of minutes. So yeah, let me put the mic on the H30 and we're gonna call it a day. I wanna see what you guys think about this thing mic'd with the H30 instead of the V30. All right, guys, this is going to be the last riff of the day. I'm running out of time, so here we go. All right, there we go. I am going to call it a day on that. This amp sounds really good. I already am going to tell you I miss having a presence and resonance control. I think that that's a huge omission. But otherwise, I mean, this amp sounds incredible. What did you guys think about it mic'd through the H30 versus the V30? Let me know. Very curious. And also, that Jeff Loomis drive sounded incredible in front of this amp. Go check that video out, guys. Do me a huge favor. Hit the like button on your way out. Thank you, everybody, for hanging. Sorry we couldn't get the tones we wanted out of the Driftwood. I bought the Driftwood used, so I can't return it, but I got a really good deal on it, so I'm just going to sell it and put that money into something cooler, because buying new gear is for chumps. You're not smart if you only buy new gear, because you're going to lose your ass on it when you inevitably go to sell it. So just a little pro tip from you to me. The other way around, from me to you. But yeah, what did you guys... Yeah, the very last cab was the Diesel, and I put the... Okay, camera just died. I put the mic on the G12H30 speaker, which I think is an incredible speaker for metal. Even with the low power handling, it's just very bright, extremely tight, lots of cutting mids. So, yeah. All right, guys, thank you. Leave comments. Let me know what you thought about this stream, if you would like me to do some more pretty soon. Had a lot less people in here today than yesterday, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but... I appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, do me a huge favor, hit the like button, and I will meet you guys in the comments. I believe that I'm going to have a video up Friday on the new Fluff 2C plugin from ML Sound Lab, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Everybody have a great night. We'll talk to you very, very soon. Goodbye!